Hello everybody, welcome back to another Persona 3 Reload stream. Didn't go Boulder today. My girlfriend didn't feel that well. We're gonna go tomorrow. I'm also still coughing, so it's maybe a little bit better. The Witchfire update still isn't there, so as soon as that goes live, we are probably gonna go and check that one out. Otherwise, we're gonna go on the field trip right now, and I want to check something. What Mark command here does, because I just want to know what it says actually. Just out of curiosity, what does it do? Okay, good. Just curious if it works. Okay, so. Yeah, he forgot pretty quickly about Chidori, to be honest. I mean, he's young, right? No, I'm just joking. Obviously, he still thinks about her. I mean, it's true that you don't do that many school trips during your life, so usually I enjoyed them mostly. It's always kind of fun. Especially the one we did before I finished high school. We went to I don't know what it's called in English actually. Corsica. Basically, we went to France on an. I think it's in half island technically, and we just did a little bit of hiking for 2 weeks with tents only, and it was basically all the like super sports enthusiasts and our like sports enthusiast biology teacher, so he was like big into basketball and everything, so he did this special version of the trip. And yeah, it's just like two weeks of pure endurance, and it was really fun. Like camping for 2 weeks is definitely an interesting experience, I guess. But also it was kind of, I think it worked well because it was sports the entire day, and then you don't give a shit where you sleep, right? So it was really cool, and yeah, I had a really good time. Definitely one of my fondest memories from school. And yeah, definitely would go again and do it again anytime, right? And obviously the other trips all were like big cities, and basically big cities equals party and alcohol, and you know, and yeah, and so we went like for the exact opposite route, which is so cool. We actually had the choice, but I don't think a lot of schools offer a sports trip as an alternative. Yeah, really glad I actually enjoy the sports too, so I could take that opportunity and enjoy myself, because I actually am not the biggest party and alcohol guy at all. I kind of dislike both of them, and I don't dislike parties, but usually parties come along with, I mean, a lot of alcohol. Also in my youth, smoking was still allowed, so it was usually smoking, alcohol, and very loud music. And all three of these things are kind of not my jam, to be honest. I like music, obviously, but it doesn't need to destroy my eardrums. I'm usually, Aigis is putting it a little bit dramatic here. Yo, it's okay, man. Just enjoy and relax. You never know what's gonna happen. Oh, we missed the fridge day again. Wait, the trip is tomorrow, right? I really don't want to go grind. Like, I'm thinking about it, right? If we go grind, what we can do is like, basically we can just go and change the stats whatever you want, right? So it's like, these sets can all be at 99 if we care. But realistically, do we care about them being at 99? I mean, I guess getting more magic and luck and stuff like that can be pretty cool. And we would only care for our main characters, right? But she's almost 99, holy shit. Yeah, I actually don't know. Is it worth doing that, or are we just gonna say fuck it? We're not gonna do it. I kind of think it's. I mean, it does feel like a waste of time not to do it, right? Going into Tartarus is such a big advantage because of the cards, and let's just assume we're only gonna go for the cards, right? We're still gonna make a little bit of money. So I think what we're gonna do. Yeah, I think what we're gonna do. Oh, we didn't. Oh shit! I hope I saved, right? It should be. We should do the fortune telling, obviously. What the fuck is this outfit? What is his beach outfit? Yeah, we need to load the game, unfortunately. Yeah, we didn't. I mean, we're just gonna have to redo the dialogue, which is absolutely no problem. Yeah, I always like do what all of them. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's a bad idea actually to do that. I mean, we could also... I mean, we just did the fortune telling, but we can also hang with Koromaru instead. Actually, you know what? I know this is really stupid, I'm sorry. But bear with me, I think it's better to hang out with the Koromaru. I actually don't want to grind right now, so... Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, because it won't change a lot since we're probably not going to play him a lot, but... Okay, perfect. Wait, is anyone up here? No. Okay, let's hang out with him instead. And the only reason we're doing it is basically lore, and he's gonna get an ability maybe we're never gonna use. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Yeah, and dogs can really be sad, so yeah, that's definitely an emotion they seem to have. Especially if you leave them alone for a long while, like it's a shit. No, seriously, if you plan to leave your dog alone for 12 hours a day, don't get a fucking dog, man. Get a fucking cat or something. Oh yeah, the tour.
とても綺麗な場所だと思うよ。そんなもんかね。なんかお前、時たま急にじじむさいよな。そう？
と来てる。
Yeah, when you leave the Kyoto main station, which is really really high building, by the way, you can immediately see the tower is right in front of it. And usually it also gives off really cool reflections when you go back to the station. And most of the sun is setting, you can really see a nice reflection of the tower. It's really pretty.
Oh, 立派なとこじゃん。
この辺結構お高いからね。
あれ？あそこ傘がさしてあるよ。
If it rains inside, because they usually, you know, I like the cloud style, like walls in the back. They look really cool. Aber möchtest du nicht rüberkommen? Doof. Hä? Hat nicht? I think it's fashion, right? I don't think it's through.
そうか、風情の演出ね。みんなのイメージする京都なわけね。で、舞妓さんいないのかな？芸者遊びって頼める？
Why is he so focused on women?
おお、そうだよ。舞妓さん忘れてた。それに芸者遊びっていくらすんだろう。
I hope it's not too pricey. Okay.
頼めるわけないっつーの。石造りの屋外に水が張られています。
Yeah, that really reminds me of, wo wir waren, wie nennt man das eigentlich? Es war ja kein Onsen, sondern Ryokan. Yeah, and the Ryokan we went to also had a nice stone area outside like this. It was really pretty. And also warm.
これが噂に聞く露天風呂というものですか？
Why don't you find out? I mean, actually, I don't think this one is because I actually think since it's like in the entrance, it's definitely not for swimming.
ちょっと入ろうとしないで。こんな丸見えのお風呂なんてないから。
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
もう嘘を教えちゃダメですよ。
そういや、領事は前の学校じゃ修学旅行ってどこ行く予定だ？
No, I just wanted to. We just wanted a little bit of fun here. Usually, we're all always honest to her.
京都はベタだかな、実際。もしかして外国とか？
ん？僕？
Kannst du eigentlich noch einen Tee machen?
旅行って、あったっけな。
Hey, welcome back, Apricorn.
覚えてないわけ？あんまいないと思うよ、そういう人。
Yeah, but he's not a human being, man.
そう？
ほら、おしゃべりは後よ。進まないと後ろが疲れちゃうでしょ。はい、じゃあ女子から先に部屋に上がってちょうだい。
だとさ。
Wait, why is Junpei the only one with the bag that you can actually easily carry?
じゃあまた後でな。
じゃあまた後でであります。
She's going with us.
いろいろ違うから。アイギスはこっち。順平は男部屋でしょ。
チェー。
チェー。
She wants to troll, right? That's why I trolled a little bit. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, these shops, there are so many of them, and you can always buy nice souvenirs, and it's also quite customary to actually bring some. So there are actually souvenirs in Japan are not usually just cheap shit. Usually it's often it's like also food, right? It's like food, and it's also for locals. It's not like just for foreign tourists. It's actually mostly for Japanese tourists because they're way more common, right? So yeah, it's always full of fun stuff here. Wait, he's here too? Yeah, these pagodas are obviously all really nice, right? And just when you go out of the station, I mean, we're not at the station, but if you would just go out of the station and just walk for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, there's a super nice temple that you can go in. It's free, you don't have to pay anything. You can just go in and look at it, and it looks really, really nice. It's a very, very beautiful temple, and it's just literally 5 minutes straight if you go straight from the main station. I'm excited to see Witchfire. I have no idea what kind of game that is. Oh, we already played it on stream. It released in early access half a year ago. Then they never updated it because they said they want to make a big update, and now they kind of compiled the game with a game-breaking bug, and now they actually are. I think they're recompiling it and uploading it again. The new update, so it should be. I'm just gonna look if it's already there. It should be there. Should be there within maybe an hour or so if everything goes well. Yeah, it's 2 hours ago, so I don't know how long they expect it to go, but the update doesn't seem to be here just yet, and they didn't tweet something new. But in general, it's like actually yeah, it's probably better to watch it on YouTube, honestly, because of the quality. The bitrate's going to be way better there, so you can actually see way more. The game's really, it's one of the first games I think I comparatively streamed on YouTube. Back then I think I was ill, so I couldn't talk. But the quality was way, way better there. So if you really want to see much, good visual quality, it's definitely better on YouTube, yeah. And yeah, unfortunately I don't have the chat open from YouTube, so I can't see it at the same time. We have to find a solution for that. But in general, it's a roguelite FPS, right? But it's a very special roguelite FPS compared to the other ones we played. It has a bit more of an intricacy when it comes to game design. But I don't know if they changed it a lot, so it could be a different game today, so I have no idea. But it was really fun. The gameplay was really fun, and it's from the guys who made the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. So it's like, that was more of a walking simulator, really pretty one. But they also made Painkiller back in the day. I think we even played that on the channel as far as I know, but it's one of my favorite retro boomer shooters, basically. Yeah, I want to talk to him. Fucking kill me.
この五重の塔はなんとマッチ棒でスタンドアップ。これぞ東洋の神秘です。
Jesus Christ.
おいでやす。何にしはりますか?
Oh, wait, what? You can buy something? Ah, I thought it was kimonos. No. You know what? We're gonna buy one off each. Just so we have it. I didn't look what it is actually. Yeah, it seems to be some sweets or something.
Hi.
I still think she's the online lady.
Mm-hmm. 紛れて一緒に行こうとしたけどやっぱバレたか。さて、じゃあ俺らもとっとと部屋行こうぜ。つか早くしねえと鳥海先生何気に切れそうだしな。
I don't think she will.
Yeah.
Every few hours there's a surprise. No, I don't remember. Actually, no, I don't know.
なあお前、どう思う？そこが風呂だろ？でちょうど庭の垣根の位置からすると。
お前覗きでもする気かよ。犯罪だぞ犯罪。
And rightfully so.
バカ、そんなんじゃねえよ。ただ想像すんだよ。湯煙の楽園を。こうやって目を閉じて強く念じれば見えてくんだよ。
アホか、んなもん無理に決まってんだろ。
無理じゃねえっつの。お前スポーツマンのくせにスポーツマンシップにのっとってねえよ。
Now, I'm just gonna imagine Sora is a very advanced AI, right? And it's unlocked, right? You can do porn with it. You can, right? It's like it's not the open AI model, but it's like some real shit where you can get hardcore porn and everything. And then you can customize, and all you need is an image of the person you want to have customized, and then it can generate 3D porn, like real life porn with these people, right? That would be amazing. Imagine what a market share you would get. Pornhub would be done for, right? Oh, I really like my teacher. She's so hot, and then you can take a picture of her, or she has one, right? Because she's also on Facebook, and then you can just generate Sora AI porn with her. But we wouldn't need to change the name because Sora kind of sounds too nice, right? We need. See, that's the future of AI, man. Can have custom porn made with everyone involved, right? Perfect. Yeah, it's a really interesting future. That awaits us. Maybe we should start a comp. I'm pretty sure, obviously, Pornhub's gonna be full with some AI-generated videos, obviously, right? But it would be really interesting if you could customize them a little bit more.
自分の限界を自分が決めるなよ。
友達か。お前に教えられることがあるなんてな。
Just imagine you watch an AI porn video and suddenly the man just gets 2 penises, or the woman has no nipples. Something like just random shit like that. Would be super funny. Or I don't know, she has 6 fingers. Well, sorry. Maybe it's the relaxed music that's stimulating my mind. Wait, is that a sword? It looks like something to hold a sword, but I can't actually tell. Okay, I think we talked to everyone here. Yeah, unfortunately, they really are very gendering in Japan, and so it's also like very segregated. And yeah, you can't even, you need private onsens if you want to go mixed, even if, yeah, you don't have a choice basically. And also no tattoos allowed because of Yakuza stuff, which is good, right? I mean, in a way, I don't mind tattoos, but it's good that they are trying to minimize the potential influence of these people, because usually you could also go into an onsen and do some shady deals and stuff like that, so it's kind of okay. But obviously it's not going to stop the Yakuza from existing. She wants to pillow fight us. Uh-oh, alarm, alarm. Alarm, how are we gonna stop them from doing that? We need to infiltrate their base and keep them from talking. Yukari like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's guy is so cool. Yuko, oh my boyfriend's guy is so cool. Who else is there? Aigis definitely also likes me, even though she doesn't know it yet. Who's also there? Oh yeah, Fuka, oh my boyfriend's guy is so cool. It's gonna be just like at home. Uh-oh, alarm. Wait, seriously?
自販機
Yeah, does the vending machine contain "Please shut the fuck up" if you don't wanna? No, seriously. They know about the harem, right? You heard it, right? We always talk about the harem before we get together, so they're all aware, right? So there's not gonna be an issue.
うちの方じゃ見ないよねこのラインナップ記念に買っとこうかな
I really hope they didn't add some weird shit to this version where you actually can't date a lot of people at the same time. That would be a real dick move. I mean, in Catherine, you could get both of them, right? You could become the Hell Harem Overlord. It was my favorite ending ever, so. No, I really was happy that it actually was an option. I thought there was no option, right? I thought either you get the one girl or the other. But actually being able to get the harem style was really cool. Yeah, right, games. We can also play board games. Stimmt, Janine, wir müssen auch irgendwann mal The Crew weiterspielen. Oh my god. Enjoy your life, bitch. You know what's weird? And I'm gonna say that in all honesty. And I know why they did it probably, but usually you would never ever be allowed to wear shoes inside of such an establishment. Usually, see this part here is usually the part where you take off your shoes. And starting here, usually you don't wear shoes. But maybe this is there are exceptions for schools. I have no idea. But usually, you know, you're not allowed to wear shoes inside of these establishments, right? This is highly unrealistic. Yeah, it kind of feels really weird to walk here in shoes. And you can see this is usually how it looks like, right? Get your traditional yukata, and you also get your shoes and everything. You don't have to bring them. You usually they have them different sizes. And then you can walk around inside. So it's very rude and weird that we're wearing streetwear. But I guess they did it so they didn't have to make a custom skin for everyone. Wait, what? Huh? What the fuck? Whoa, I can't walk straight in here. Yeah, usually you do change into the yukata inside, obviously, but the shoes is something you changed before. I'm just gonna quickly check if the game has been released yet, and the update has been released. Nope, so far it's not released, I think. And who knows how long it might still take. Denkst du an den Teechan? Yeah, and Jessica now is also playing Persona 3. After all the competition stuff, she waited until after. Yeah, I already told you guys, right? They won the preliminary and now they can go into, they're allowed to go to the finals. Yeah, was a really fun skit. I actually could link it, but I actually don't know. I'm calling dibs on this futon, blah blah blah. Yeah, futons are kind of nice to sleep in, to be honest. They're comfortable. Nothing too weird. It's like comfortable. Actually, compared to almost all the other places we slept in, this probably was among the most comfortable ones. This time, we kind of got, I mean, I don't know if I got unlucky, but we kind of got unlucky with some of the places we stayed at with the beds. They were either super soft, super hard, and the one night, I don't know how they constructed it, but the bathroom above you was so loud when you were sleeping, so you could hear everything going on in it. And I don't know what was going on, but it sounded like somebody was vomiting the entire fucking night and like coughing and almost dying upstairs. And I couldn't fucking sleep because of it. It was so fucking annoying. Yeah, I don't know, but the traditional ryokan was really nice. In general, also, I mean, the apartments all were fine, right? It's just like some beds were a bit too soft this time around. Yeah, and also I don't know why, but a lot of it's also probably in Germany. A lot of hotels don't really you know, have a lot of curtains, and usually there's a lot of light and it's pretty bright in the night, and I don't really know why, to be honest. Yeah, so I usually we ended up buying some tape and just taping some things over so it's not as bright. And next time I'm definitely going to bring a big chunk of black duct tape and just duct tape the shit out of every light source before sleeping, because I'm used to sleeping in complete darkness, right? It's not natural necessarily since outside there are stars and the moon and whatever, right? But it's not like there's an LED in your fucking face, right? So I usually like it when it's kind of dark. And if you think about it, actually, it's kind of weird if you think about it. It's not normal to sleep in silence, actually, because usually outside you would have a lot of wind going through leaves and stuff like that. So a little bit of white noise in the background should be really natural for sleeping. I never thought about that, but actually, white noise in the background should be kind of natural. I'm just gonna check something quickly. And wait, I'm also going to read chat because I'm distracted. I really love that thing y'all have in Germany, those like blinds that roll down outside the window. Yeah, Roland, it's incredible that it's not normal, actually. I don't get it. How can you only have these shitty small blinds, man? They're so shitty. When I was in the US, we had these blinds, and I mean, you get used to it, but the thing is, every fucking morning, since my room was directly pointed at the rising sun, every time the sun went up, I was literally fucking awake because it was in my face, right? And sometimes I still wanted to sleep and it was so annoying. But yeah, it's kind of weird that it's not more common to have that, because it does two things, right? It blocks out the sun, but it also helps against heat, right? Because what it does is, since it's outside the window, it blocks, I mean, obviously it also blocks wind and rain, blah, blah, blah. But what it does is actually block out the sun outside, so the heat doesn't really go inside, right? Because if your blinds are inside, what happens is the entire light goes against the blinds and they heat up, but they're inside, so the heat goes inside, right? So having them outside is kind of smart. But obviously there are also these wooden panels you can close from the outside, which kind of do the same thing, right? But also a lot of countries don't have those, so it's kind of really weird. Yeah, but I do think that white noise might actually be kind of nice for sleeping. Never tried it out. I don't even know if there are studies about that. Probably there are, but that kind of seems like a reasonable thing to add in addition to. I mean, I don't even know what you use for sleeping, but I don't use much, right? Darkness in the bed, but usually I think white noise could be cool. Maybe we should try it out for fun. But then again, for your ears, it's probably also nice to have silence. So, and yeah, you have these wood things are kind of only on old houses, and they're kind of the more primitive version of blinds, basically. I mean, they might be sometimes more flexible in a certain way because you can, you can kind of leave them more open and block out the sun while also getting in more air, maybe. Yeah, but it's really crazy to me that is. I mean, for me, it's as crazy as that we don't have an AC in Germany, right? Not having AC in these buildings here is like fucking mind-blowing to me, because they're so hot in the summer. But same goes for like having no real blinds you can close, and they really shut off the light and the heat. Yes, it's kind of weird, right? There are things that are so logical and normal, but they aren't everywhere in the world. And it goes it's not only that we in Germany we have everything, but no, it's also the other way around. There's always something you think it should be common, but it's not common. And yeah, it's kind of unfortunate because some things are really, really cool. Why can't I go into their room and why aren't they saying anything? Oh, there's a bathroom inside. I was like, wait, isn't it a mirror? No, it isn't. Wait, can we go into every single room? We don't even know the names of our classmates. He can't sleep with a pillow that isn't his. I mean, I do like a good pillow, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, I still can't sleep obviously without my pillow, but I do like my pillow, so I can kind of relate. Wait, didn't we? Okay, wait, we went in here, in here. Okay, now I can go here maybe? I mean, you don't have those origami-ass windows too, like how they just pull forward a bit and then let it in a bit of air. Wait, there are windows where you can only let them fall forward, or do you mean it's one of the functions? I mean, it's really cool like how you stand on the futon. But we took off our shoes. Wait, that's a cool touch actually. I didn't notice in the other room. Oh, nice feet. Und Janine, gerade hat hier eine Freundin von, also die Freundin im Spiel, sagt so, und wir Mädchen, wir reden dann heute Abend alle darüber, welche Jungs wir mögen, nachdem wir eine Kissenschlacht und so gemacht haben. Und dieses Jahr habe ich aber sehr viel zu erzählen. Du bist so, oh je.
Ja, 熱心に見回りかなって冗談さ。僕も素直に
Yeah, that's why he still has his arm
やりたい
thingy.
ことがないといいが。
ねえねえ小田切くん、このお茶受けのお菓子食べた？
Yeah, right, we don't know Keisuke at all. We're gonna have to hang out with him a little bit more.
美味しかったよこれ。
いや、まだ。
Actually, I don't know his character at all, to be honest.
もうないじゃないか。こういうものは一人に一個用意されるのが普通じゃないか。
あ、そうなの？ごめん、全部食べちゃった。
Okay. Fuck him. Yeah, I know what you mean, but you don't. So you don't have the windows where you can't just open them a little bit. You can only open them probably. But yeah, you can tilt them, but you can only open them, right? Hopefully, hopefully you can open them. Probably, right? Yeah, I didn't know. That's not the default feature for all windows. I thought some didn't have it if they are in weird places, but I thought the tilting function was a normal thing. Can't remember. Wait, in France, do we have that? I can't remember actually. We have them in France. I think we do. I think in France there's also tilting and opening. You know what also means kippen in Germany? A cigarette butt is also a kippe. A cigarette is also kippe. German language. Amazing. Oh, forget. Whoa, whoa! We're Sonic the Hedgehog. I really like the atmosphere here. As you can tell, I'm taking my time, right? Oh my god, it's a fucking AC. I can't. Yeah, and you know why actually Japanese buildings are not built out of stone? I mean the traditional ones, why they're almost entirely out of like almost paper and wood. And that's going to be a really, I think it's a really interesting reason, because it's because of earthquakes, right? they expect the houses to be destroyed, so they wanted to build them in a way they can build them back up quickly. So that's the reason why they're so bad. And you don't want to know why in the US the houses are made out of cardboard? That's because of the tornadoes when they're not. I'm joking. Or actually, I don't know, because it's cheap. I remember one day I opened the door too quickly in our house in the US, and it just knocked the door handle right through the wall. It was like, oh shit. We put a poster over it, but you know, it's just like you could literally punch a hole in the wall with your fist. Yeah, and we also had gerbils, and they really like to escape. We probably could have eaten the fucking house, to be honest. They really are able to eat a lot of cardboard, so. Because they like to watch them burn down. No, it's not because it burns earthquakes, I think. But I don't even know if that's true. It's just something I caught up. Up on, I don't know, a while ago. Yeah, the thing is, it's actually really, really difficult to build. I mean, the modern houses in Japan obviously are super secure compared to ours, right? They're built with very, very high earthquake safety standards, right? They're built up to spec. All the big, skyscrapers. I mean, general skyscrapers are a bit built more safely in the entire world, right? They're safer. But in Japan, every single bigger building is super, super. They have additional pylons and everything, so it's like super stable. But back in the day, they didn't have the option to do that, right? Back in the day, the strategy was to build flat and not too high, and to build in a way that's easily to build again. And also, if it's like not too heavy, if it falls on you, it doesn't kill you, right? If you get knocked over by wood, you might survive or whatever, but if it's like a really big stone, it's just gonna kill you. And yeah, considering back then you didn't have a lot of technological opportunities to really build safe stone and steel houses, I guess there wasn't any steel anyway, right? I think it's a really good idea back then to actually have houses you can easily rebuild. They tell in the South that it's cheaper, but it isn't even cheaper. I actually don't know. The houses in the US definitely... Oh, it sounds so mean. They really gave away a cheap vibe, right? It seemed like someone built a house for like, I don't know, that's supposed to last for maybe like 50 years or not 100 years, right? It felt like, it was pretty, but it felt really, really cheap in a way. I don't know what it was, but maybe it was just the type of house we lived in, but it does seem to be a very generic American house. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, probably the house prices obviously depend on where you are, right? I have no idea what the average building cost to income ratio is in the US, but definitely it seems like it is like the perception is cheaper, right? The materials seem cheaper, but in a way, I have no idea if that's actually the case or not. Yeah, if it's not cheaper, that could be, right? I have no idea. And usually building customs are not like, it's kind of weird. You would expect everyone to take the best option available, right? But it kind of, as always, not always the most logical option wins, right? Often it's kind of more of a force of habit or whatever people thought was like affordable or easy to build, or they just like the style, whatever, even if it doesn't really make sense. Why do you, yeah, I mean, I get it, they want to go abroad because it's, you know, cool and special for them. Yeah, for them it's not like for us, right? We like this style way more than they do, probably. I mean, they like it too, right? But if you're like a Japanese student, obviously you want to go to, I don't know, at least Hawaii or maybe the US even, or Korea or something like that, right? The same way they think a social healthcare will bankrupt them, they're just contrarians. Yeah, the health system, that's really a big shame, to be honest, because it's just like, it's such a, you know, for me, this is one of the most basic social features any country should have. It's like that healthcare is free, right? Basically, not free, but almost free, right? and you just have to pay a fixed rate, so it's like more social, right? I think that's one of the few things that's super easy to agree on, right? But you know, you can hear me talk about how people waste taxes, how everything's shit when it comes to spending money. But I do think that's the one thing I do know why we pay money for, what we pay money for, right? It's quite obvious. I mean, it might not be spent optimally, but there the results are there, right? You go to the doctor and you're not gonna have to pay a fuck ton of money afterwards, right? You're gonna come and go to the hospital, you're not gonna have a big bill. So basically, it's really good. It's a good system, and also it functions like every other insurance system. It's based upon the fact that not everybody's gonna need the same amount of help, right? So every insurance you get basically is subsidized by all the people that don't need it, and that just makes sense, right? Why not help the few unlucky ones in need? And you could be the one, right, by adding a bit more. Obviously, you're going to overpay sometimes, but mostly, obviously, you're not going to overpay on average. Actually, it's going to be pretty good for most people. And most people will get their a return, right? That's quite worthwhile. You just have to go a few times per year, and already you're like in the green, basically, when it comes to paying money. And I think it's actually kind of sad that there are actually people who defend not having it, and it's kind of pathetic that the US didn't manage it. But just look at the fucking candidates, right? I mean, like, I don't care if they're the best presidents in the world. I don't give a shit about Trump or, you know, Biden. I don't care if they're the best presidents in the world. They're too old. It doesn't matter, right? They could literally die any fucking day, right? Literally, right? So I don't really get why they actually don't fucking find someone that's a bit younger. I mean, just a little bit, right? Not by much, maybe, but just long, you know, young enough that you don't worry about him just dying while he's on stage for the election, right? Just someone a little bit younger. I'm not saying that because you're old you're not worth anything, but it's about the future of the country. And if you're already dead, how do I know you even care about the future? You're not going to be part of it. No, you know, I mean, I'm not taking shots here, right? Most of them won't even live for that long anymore. So it's kind of, we're just hoping they care, right? And the country is so big. Don't you have better candidates that are a bit younger? I mean, it's a huge fucking country, right? But obviously, maybe the most qualified people don't even want to be politicians. So that's another topic, I guess. Yeah. Those damn euros built out of stone and steel, cardboard is enough. Those decadent communists. I mean, yeah, but they also, right, the way that America was colonized is pretty recent. And I think a lot of, you know, early resources were quite limited, right? It was quite spread out, and I think they just started with what they had a bit, and maybe it stuck a bit in the mentality, right? We don't need fancy shit, maybe. We think it's fancy, but we don't actually do fancy shit. I have no idea. But then they built big cities and skyscrapers too, so maybe it's just like the you know, the opposites that attract a little bit there. I know they don't, so there's that. I mean, I'm so sure they could find a better candidate, man. It's so crazy that these... Yeah, I'm standing here too long, I'm sorry. I'm testing the burn-in on my OLED here. Yeah, you can tell I don't give a shit about burn-in, right? If it burns in, it burns in, man. Nah, no way this is burning in. Like, it doesn't work like that. It's not a CRT. I am. Wait, are they hinting? Wait, what did she say? Oh no! It's a secret. No. I can just try. Okay, actually she just wants to fuck. That's fine, right? You can just have sex, but use some kind of... Or contraception. I don't know what is it called in English. Well, just make sure not to get her pregnant, right? And don't get any diseases and, you know, basics, right? Although when they're young, let's be real, the chances that they have diseases is kind of lower, right? Because they didn't have as many partners, but still you should. Careful. The Shinsengumi, ah, that reminds me of Gintama. She seems to be enjoying herself. Now the fun part begins. We're gonna go into the rooms. Oh wait.
あ、旅行のことなら
Wait, sorry.
そこに旅のしおりがあるから読めばわかるだろう。
Yeah. Wow, it doesn't seem like my character really cares. Okay, let's start by going in here. Let's go from the back to the front. Wait, we can go in? No way. Wait, what? Aren't we in a girl room right now? Okay, let's look. Where are the panties? Wouldn't that be funny? You can find a new outfit. Yukari string. Don't mind me, man. I'm just walking on your futon a little bit of feet action, right? I really like the feet animation. I don't know why this is the power of Unreal Engine. the power of Unreal Engine. You can actually get the feet. The feet physics. Oh yeah, baby. But he's really flexible, man. I'm kind of actually not jealous. You don't want to be too flexible in your feet because the more flexible you are, actually the more prone you are to getting an injury because you trip over and you overbend your ankle. You don't want to have that. So actually being unflexible in your feet can be really, really advantageous. I love wearing a yukata. I don't know where you don't mind me being inside here. I'm serious here. Why are boys allowed in here? Interesting. That's pretty sexist, you know? That girl talk implies that it's something that only girls talk about. Wait, what was this room? We were in there, but I can't remember what was in there. Wait, it was empty. And there was a tornado. I can't let people see me without my makeup on. So is it on? Yeah. Thank God. Otherwise we would be dead. Where is that? It looks like a CRT. It's actually a, right, we have a CRT TV in our dorm. And that's a safe. That ironically usually isn't that safe. I mean, sometimes they're burned with like they are fireproof or something. That's pretty nice. It's a really pretty place so far. I'm still kind of curious why we're allowed inside the girl rooms, but yeah, so it's completely fine to go into a girl's room. I mean, on our trips it was fine too, right? But I'm really curious that they allow it in Japan. Yeah, I think we can go to bed now. Oh my god, it's the totality. Sign from. Wait, I'm just gonna quickly check if Witchfire the update is out. To be honest, I enjoy playing Persona. It's out now. I'm gonna see that one. Is it out now? Manage. I think I'm gonna restart the Epic launch. I wouldn't, you know. I'm pretty sure the update is here, but I'm also kind of sure that the Epic launcher is a piece of shit and it doesn't actually update the game unless I restart it. Wait, it already updated, I think. It's great not to be able to see if it's updated or not. I really like it, right? It's such a Who needs a feature where they can actually see that a game got updated? Version 502. Okay, but what version is it? Okay, so it's out, so we're not gonna go to bed. So we're not gonna die tonight because Yukari and everybody else is gonna kill me. How about actually Apricon today? Today was the day I decided I might very likely play Persona 5 right after this game. Like it's almost 90% they were gonna play Persona 5, finish Persona 5 of this one. I almost even started Persona 4, then I looked at the game and was like, I debated, right? Persona 4 Golden. I was like, maybe we should play that one and then 5. And then I looked at it and I was like, I thought, but what if they remake it, right? I was like, maybe they're gonna remake it. And I looked at it, and looking at it, I decided they're gonna remake it, right? At first I was in my mind, but it looks almost like Persona 5, who cares, right? Looking back at it, I was like, oh, it doesn't look anything like Persona 5, right? I completely forgot that just because Catherine looked almost like Persona 5, Persona 4 definitely didn't, right? They almost have like chibi-esque heads and stuff like that. So it's super different. So there's for sure going to be a remake of 4. Like for sure. It's like 97% positive on Steam with 50,000 reviews, right? It's like literally, it's like a sign with shut the fuck up and give us, shut the fuck up and take my money. That's basically what's written on Steam. So if the publisher can't read these signs, that would be really weird, right? They made Persona 3. Obviously 4 is going to get a remake, obviously. So we're going to wait for that. But so the next game probably is actually Persona 5 Royal. And then we can also play Strikers and all, maybe even Tactics, I have no idea. All the, the few adjacent, sequel-like games. Stop giving me hope only to let me down. Like 90%, right? 90%. It's kind of likely. If I get my save. If I don't get my save, I don't know. If I don't get my save, it's fucked. But I'm really looking into how I'm gonna get my save. Maybe I'm even gonna be able to get it for the Xbox. It's so expensive there. I'm gonna have to see, right? But it is very likely that we're gonna be able to play it. Hopefully. Just need my save, man. No, we're not gonna go to bed. We're gonna play Witchfire now. Guck mal, es ist hier die totale Sonnenfenster. Yeah, so we're gonna survive this night. Tomorrow we're gonna die in Persona, but nee, weil die Mädchen jetzt drüber reden werden, was wir machen. Yeah, the girls are gonna talk about us tonight, so it's maybe good we're done here. Okay, I just have to check if the version number. See, it's such a. If someone knows, how can I actually tell if this piece of shit game updated today? Yeah, how do I know? Is it updated? No idea. It probably did it automatically, I guess. How would I know? I don't know. I think it was 22 gigabytes. Now it's like 26. There was once a feature that actually enabled you to see your downloads. I can't find it anymore. I can't even find the options. Like, literally, where the fuck are the options? I literally don't know. I don't know. Like, how can it be this shit? It's impossible. When it came out, it was like, oh, it's new, it's gonna get better. It doesn't get better. It's the same piece of shit software. Like, what the fuck? Great. I can see that it might have been updated. Maybe it's updated. We don't know. We can play the game and guess if it's the update. What an amazing feature. I literally don't know. So we're just gonna start the game and hope it's the updated version or what? Wait, maybe we can go into on the store page, which you can't access, by the way, easily without inputting it every single fucking time. Oh my god, and I have to change the category on Twitch too. Well, actually at the moment I'm not changing shit because the Epic launcher kind of is over. Now it's overlapping the windows. I can't get into my window. Oh my, it's so bad. Oh my god. Yeah, don't buy shit on the Epic Games Store, man. Fuck that shitty shit store. The only reason I do it is because, I don't know, I do it for like 3... How many games did I buy on it? Too many. A single game is one game too much, but I bought like 4 games maybe. I bought Borderlands, I bought Hades, I bought Witchfire, and I bought Alan Wake. I think that's it, right? And everything else is just gifted shit. Okay, now we're in the Witchfire category, which involves me not playing Witchfire because I have to figure out if it was updated. Now how are we gonna find out if it's updated on the official site? Great, what a good store page. You can't even see it got an update. Wow, amazing. Hey. Yeah, so maybe it got an update, maybe it didn't, right? The dev said it's out, so I'm just gonna trust them, bro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna notice, right? If I don't notice anything new, right? It has to be updated. I'm gonna restart it one last time, but I think it was 22 before. I'm pretty sure, not like 80% sure, 90% sure, 95% sure, maybe even 99% sure it was 22. I didn't screenshot it though, so I'm just gonna start it. And if it's not the game we're hoping, I mean, if it's not updated, whatever, it should be fine, right? It must be updated. I'm just gonna press play. Where do I have to press to launch the game? Oh, here. Great. Oh my god. Yo, it's every single time I see black in a UI with an OLED, it's like my mind is blown. It's like it's just black. I really saw that when playing Helldivers, and Janine also had it running on her screen, and it was the menu, and my menu looked like a different game. And both was an SDR, so both games were an SDR, and mine just looked like a different version of the game because the blacks were actually black. Okay, do we have a video? Oh my god, please tell me I can actually tab out and see if the game captures. Wow, I think it works. And the face is actually red, it's not a tone mapping issue. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly refresh myself and lower the volume because it's fucking loud. And then I'm gonna do the settings, but they're mostly done, right? Copium. And once we did the settings, we're gonna play the game, which might actually not be... I'm gonna delete my save, by the way. I did unlock a lot of stuff, but I wanna redo it every single time there's a big update, because the progression just might be fucked, right? Because I'm already level 80, or maybe, I don't know. They didn't say they were... Wait, did they say something about resetting the progression? It's so annoying, this fucking alt tab in this game. Spoiler-free hints. I just want to know... Okay, there are different starting class tries. Okay, we're just gonna do a new save, man. Just gonna make a new save. Hey, be right back. Okay, I am back. Just gotta get into mouse and keyboard position right here. Okay. I'm gonna have to do the sensitivity stuff. I don't even know if we can use mousesensitivity.com for this game. He's usually pretty quick, but on an update day, I never know if he's actually already on the newest one. So it's version 0.2. How long are they going to develop the game? I mean, literally, it's 0.2 after half a year. I don't know. Yeah, what is the version number actually? It's gonna be there, right? I'm not gonna double check. I'm kind of fucking annoyed by. You thought I wasn't gonna have settings already. I mean, we didn't do settings, but that's half a year ago. But I don't think the game has a lot of settings, to be honest. See, you can even tell it's my old resolution. Oh, by the way, the game has DLAA and DLSS. Otherwise, this would be a huge problem since it's pretty resource intensive. We had it on quality, so that means we have to go for, and it had issues with frame generation back then. I think that means we have to go for, quality is like a little bit higher than that, and balance is a bit higher. I think performance is equal to quality. I'm gonna have to check that quickly, unfortunately. But I'm 99% sure, but I just want to get it right. This should be 1080p. Yeah, so we're playing at 1080p. Yeah, 1080p, and it's a bit higher than quality on 1044p, so it should be fine. Yeah, graphics preset, everything ultra. Wait, why do we... Again, a fucking annoying system here. Yeah, but I turned this shit off, man. No film grain, no chromatic aberration. Where's the motion blur? They don't even have motion blur. No, there it is. It's off. Lens flares, vignette. Oh my god, fuck that. Sharpen. I mean, sharpen is on by default, I guess, because of DLSS. Perfect. Volume. Enemies, visibility boost. Screen effects. Yeah, these are all... I don't even know what the fuck this shit is. I know what it is. I'm just lazy to read that. Wait, hidden. Jesus Christ. Why are you custom now? Didn't we just reset it to default? Oh, whatever. Controls. General. Aim action hold, crouch action hold, UI hold delay. Or it is. Keyboard and mouse. Yeah, that's going to be the one that's going to take a bit longer. I think they have one and a good ADS multiplier, so it's going to be fine. WSD, space, run. Right, the game had a really... Yeah, this game actually needs the system from... Yeah, this game actually needs a different control scheme. And I'm not quite sure if I need crouch. I don't know. The thing is with dash. Yeah, it's kind of complicated, right? Because the game has a stamina system and it's kind of annoying. Yeah, I still don't know, because a lot of modern games have a dash and you can sprint, so it's kind of hard to find a good button mapping for it. I'm sorry. Fire targeting, reload, next, previous, wait. Primary, secondary, tertiary, quick weapon swap, melee, light spell, heavy spell. Why don't you have a hold for sprint, right? Just hold dash to sprint or something. Then you would have only one key. Just do it like Helldivers did it. Yeah, the controls are my controls, so they're like brilliantly designed. They're like the way I like them. Oh, you can rebind those, I think. These are unrebindable things from the last version. Primary, secondary, previous sub-tabs. That looks, all of this looks good, right? Good options here. And that's just controller who gives a shit. I mean, maybe we're gonna turn off aim assist here. No. We're not using it, but still, I don't want to have any aim assist in the game. So if there's a bug, I don't want to be subjected to it. Okay, we're ready. We're gonna create a new profile. I'm not gonna delete this one just yet, because I don't know if we're gonna go back to it later on, because we did play quite a lot. And I'm gonna click new game, but be aware that we did not yet undo the mouse sensitivity, which will take another 5 minutes. This game was made by a small independent team of 12 people. Thank you for supporting us, the astronauts.
A war rages between the witches and the
I do see I'm such a cynical person. I really like the game, right? So far.
And its armies keep losing territories to witches and their foul magic.
But the number of people working on the game doesn't concern me. Why? Because you put a 35 euro price tag on the game. That's what concerns me, right? The price is important, not the number of people working on it. And you could be a solo dev making a 35 euro game, but the number of people is not really important, right? You decided to make it 35 euros, so that's what I'm going to expect, no matter what the team size is, right? It's kind of weird they put their team size up front, because it doesn't really matter, right? It's all about the quality, and the game is really good so far. In the early access version I played. I don't know how it's going to be now. But yeah, it's kind of weird to put your team size up front, right? It doesn't matter. Your price tag is what basically will decide what people will expect out of your game. So yeah.
In a distant land controlled by one of the witches, papal scouts discover a wreckage of a ship that had been lost for several centuries. It carried a valuable artifact, one that could change the
Oh, and also it doesn't screen capture properly. Wait, does the game support HDR? I don't know. See, things I don't know. It's so weird to see my mouse pointer on stream. Witchfire HDR, does it support it? Any sign of HDR? They said they talk about it internally. Yeah, we can do auto HDR, but we can't. Let's see, did someone else also write about it? I don't actually know if the game supports HDR.
Only witch hunters called prayers can face a witch and live. You are one of them, anointed by the Pope himself to recover the artifact. After a long and arduous journey, low on witchfire that gives you unnatural powers, and with most of your belongings lost, you arrive at the destination.
I hope they're supernatural powers and not just unnatural powers. Okay, this is new, right? We can select a starting class. There actually are quite a few. I had a little glimpse of the tweet the devs had for the update, and it does seem like this is more of a Souls, Dark Souls style starting class selection. It doesn't really change much what you can do later in the game. It just changes your initial loadout, as far as I know. Strong heals quickly, has the stamina of a much younger man. Maybe I'm wrong, right? But that's what they made it sound like. Yeah, I want to see details, I guess. Agile with a talent for close range combat. That sounds pretty much up our ally. Respect. Magic. This one seems to be kind of sneaky, and this the Saint. An avid student of the Fates. Okay. Well, that doesn't help. We're just gonna look at them. The Butcher. So he has stats, right? He has different stats, and he has an auto rifle and bittersweet nightshade as a fetish. Okay, so we might actually know some of these already because we played the other release version. Okay, these, yeah, that's I basically get what they're doing, right? They're just adding some random permutations of the stats here, not random, right, but different versions here, and you do get these items. If we would take our other save, we probably would have all these items already, as far as I know. Yeah, okay, so we're gonna go and start with a class here, probably. He has 2 weapons. Oh, but he has bad stats, right? And he has a hand cannon. So their default version is this auto rifle. Or this one. They're not the same, right? This one is the same as this one. Yeah. I think metanoia and metanoia is kind of really important, because this is basically what will give you more currency, so we're going to max that one probably quite soon. Yeah, I think this one sounds actually pretty good, the Hunter. I think so. Or we could go for him, but you know, we're just going to go for the Hunter. It doesn't really matter, right? We're gonna unlock everything. So this is the same start as the last time. I do wonder if I don't see an I don't see an HDR toggle here, and I don't know if the game actually got it recently, because the devs actually answered. And let's see. Sorry that I'm kind of coughing a lot today. Yeah, so the devs actually yeah, so I have no idea actually if they have HDR or not. I mean, it's fine if it doesn't have HDR, to be honest. I mean, I would like HDR, obviously. For stream, it doesn't matter anyway. For you, it's probably even a bit better since we don't have to tone map it to SDR. Yeah, so we're gonna play with SDR, I guess, here. What I have to do is obviously the sensitivity. Did you go to a doctor at all? For this one I didn't, because I knew it's the same illness my girlfriend had. It just took really long for her to stop coughing. Yeah, it's just like an unfortunate version of COVID that does linger around a little bit. But it got way better, right? I mean, if you remember a few days ago, it was really, really bad, and now it's like, I feel way better, right? I feel way, way better than before. But just sometimes it does feel a little bit like it's itching. You know, not itching, like just like, you know, I feel like it's... I do feel the stress when talking a little bit more. If I don't talk, I do cough way less. Yeah. It's really annoying. It's all the fucking post-COVID shit now, and I don't know, I've been ill so many fucking colds just recently, and it always takes so long to go away. But now I'm just gonna quickly look if there is a... by the way, the update seems to be there, right? The classes are for sure, I think, part of the update. The starting class choice. The classes differ in starting stats and gear. Choose whichever class you want to roleplay as, or whichever looks best to you. However, if you're a new player, we do not recommend the Pentiment class. This class is designed for veteran players who want the hardest challenge and the full experience of restoring your gear and powers from almost zero. Okay, we have to change the class, unfortunately. I didn't know that. I kind of saw it was... I thought it was going to be like Dark Souls, the naked guy, right? Which mouse button is delete? I'm serious. Hey, can you tell which button it is? Huh? How would I delete it? I don't know, I'm just gonna press new again. We can skip this, right?
In a distant land, only witch hunters, after a long...
Yeah, so the Pentiment basically is the way the game originally started, but then again it has high metanoia, and yeah, so this is basically perfect for us, right? Since we did play the game this way, and I love playing Dark Souls as a deprived. It's like my it's like my one thing, very joyful opportunity. The thing we're gonna look out for too is the optimization, obviously. The game might be very, very badly optimized. Like it was at launch, it was like, it was playable, right? But on a high-end PC, and I don't know how it was on low-end PC. So I really hope they did work a little bit on that, but it was so fun that I didn't give a shit, right? It was just fun to play. But I do have to do the mouse quickly. Okay. Yeah, big shout out to mousesensitivity.com. The guy there really does a fantastic job at actually doing game settings for mouse stuff. It's really, really good. Default minimum maximum 20. Wait, no, it's disable smoothing, acceleration, and fixed polling rate affected sensitivity by adding script engine input settings. Enable mouse smoothing fall to the config file. Not doing this will result in a lot of negative acceleration. Yeah? Does it really? Okay, we're gonna do it. Okay, we're gonna do it. It shouldn't take too long. It's just putting one line of code in an ini. See, that's why I like the guy. Pretty good. How do I fucking copy this? Is it copied? I don't know. Here, blah blah blah. Yeah, we should be good to go in a moment. Sorry that it's scuffed again. I don't know if it's actually still an issue, if they still have acceleration in the game, but I'm not gonna take my chance and miss it. Okay, so it is in local. Witchfire, save, config, Windows, no editor, and then input ini. I actually don't know if it's in there, right? Script engine, input settings. And then the line of code B enable mouse smoothing equals false. I don't know why you can't copy paste it. Oh, wait, can you? Yeah, you can, okay. B enable mouse smoothing. Okay, so this should be fine. I don't know if we need to do that, right? But it shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't be harm the experience at all. The FOV is type is horizontal, degrees and resolution base. 220. Affected. The sensitivity is affected by FOV. That's good to know. Almost forgot to put that one in. Okay, the game should be back up and running. And now we just have to do input the sensitivity here that we want. Yeah, that's way too low. Okay, this is going to be quite the pain in the ass to set up, but we're gonna manage. Yeah, I don't get why devs actually don't add another way to do that. So it would be so easy. Just input the DPI and the unit you want to have in like in SI units or in inches or whatever, and we would already be good to go. But no, we have to guess whatever value can input here. Yeah, unfortunately, it's gonna be a 2 here. And now I just have to adjust the DPI of the mouse because it's not sensitive enough, but that should be fine because this mouse unfortunately has a really good sensor where you can input whatever fucking value you want, basically. No, not whatever value, but a really it's a very flexible tool, which is very nice. Okay, that's perfect. Copium. It should be perfect, right? And now we just need to put this one here in a custom profile here. I mean, do I want to keep the deadlink one? I don't care. I'm gonna rename it Witchfire 1800. 1860, double checking, 862. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we should be good to go. Let's see if it's actually still accurate. Wow, that loaded quickly, but it actually didn't put us back at the original spawn, which is kind of weird, to be honest. Yeah, actually kind of weird, because the game it's kind of weird because the tutorial is here, right? But it's a dynamic tutorial, so I hope it's fine. Yeah, so how does the game run? Does it have any weird stuttering? I mean, it might have shader compilation stutter, I don't know. Okay, let's do a 360. Yeah, that should be quite accurate. Yeah, that's good. Let's do a slow 360. I'm sorry. Yeah, that seems like it's perfectly fine. Yeah, that's a quicker one, right? Yeah, that actually seems fine. It's always so annoying to test for negative acceleration in video games. Because it requires you to be extremely slow at times. No, it doesn't seem to have any acceleration. They might have fixed it, I actually don't know. It's still on mousesensitivity.com, so I do assume there might have been at some point. I mean, not all games get updated there constantly, but we will know in the future. But this seems to be quite the okay-ish sensitivity. Just have to one last thing is left and right equal to up and down. Yeah, it seems pretty equal. Okay, perfect. No, I'm so sorry. You know, this could all be avoided if the devs weren't so... How do I put it without being mean? I mean, not these devs. I mean all the devs of FPS on PC. If one person had a brain in a big company and they would finally start doing it the right way, we could avoid this fucking clown fiesta in every single fucking game. If only one fucking dev would start and the other people would be like, oh my god, that's genius. Why didn't I think of not being a fucking idiot? Yeah, so whoever's in charge of the... Yeah, this seems to be perfect. Nice, that's very nice. Yeah, so whoever's in charge of doing controls in video games, all of you never actually figured out a good way to do it. I'm really sorry, it's so easy to do. And none of them actually did it, right? That's what makes me question human ingenuity. That none of them actually figured out the solution, and they're still right. We're still in a day and age where we have a slider that has, I think this slider has 40 values, maybe, or maybe 20. I don't know. And we always are at the lowest range because everything beyond that is completely useless, right? Like, it's so weird that the sliders are already so bad. Okay, now the game basically has a dash, and the reason why I didn't... and we also have a sprint, right? We can sprint. And that's a bit of my main problem, basically, is you can also... you can crouch, right, in the game. And you can also run and slide, right? And there's also like a running slide. And you can double jump. But as you can see in the bottom left, there is an endurance bar, which is really low, short at the moment. And I'm kind of thinking about, because the thing is, right, in the game you're going to want to dodge. So you're going to use the dodge a lot, and you're not going to have a lot of endurance for running anyway. So I kind of put it on C. But I'm also kind of not sure if I actually just want to put dash on C instead. I mean, sliding is cool, and there are also the problem is there are abilities that, you know, require you to slide and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna have to see how I do it. But I do think that's one of the most annoying things about mouse and keyboard controls, is that when there is a dash, a jump, and a dodge, and crouching, you don't have enough buttons which are readily accessible. Okay, but here, to understand how to fight the witch and her minions, please interact with the prayer sigil. Or you can choose to ignore it and try to figure it out by yourself. You can get back here anytime you are in the Hermitorium. That's where the hermits are, right? Okay, so we just have to step into the circles here. It feels super smooth. The performance is really good. But we're playing at 1080p, so just remember that. I mean, using DLSS. And again, a reminder of how good DLSS actually is. 1080p here looks like... so good, actually. It's crazy how good 1080p can look. Okay, so shouldn't the game teach us something? Wait, am I stupid? Oh, here, right. Okay, we started the tutorial, I think. Follow the action lines on the ground to recall what it means to be a prayer. Okay, tab, blah blah blah, menu, map. Yeah, okay, this is the map. Drag and zoom. It's really fast. I like that. You can actually really move quickly here. That really feels great. Every time I want to check something with Alt tab. Okay, everything's fine here. Okay, and we also have a menu. Wait, no. Wait, we do have a menu. It also has an inventory, stats screen, where you can also see what it does actually. Oh, that actually does. Yeah, that's really cool. You can actually see every detail here. Yeah, this is really good, right? I really like the way they show the details here, unlike Persona. No, seriously, Persona needs a fucking tutorial for these stats, or just a tooltip. Okay, and we have a map. Yeah, that's really good. And the map obviously is just a shortcut to this one here. Then we have prayer and blah blah blah, level, arcana, and all the shit. But it does feel really smooth. I don't know if this is already better. We're gonna see when we're on the map. Movement abilities and getting wounded cost stamina. Stamina replenished over time and by absorbing volatile witchfire from wounded or dead enemies. If you run out of stamina, you become tired. If you keep spending stamina while tired, you become exhausted and weak. Okay. Keep jumping. I think weak does... You will take more damage. Keep jumping to become tired and exhausted. Now you can see we're getting tired. Are we already exhausted, I think? Yeah, this is basically exhausted, right? And once you're exhausted, your vision gets blurry and stuff like that. I don't think the game actually has any motion sickness options as far as I know, so better pray you don't have to vomit. A big thumbs up for the DLSS and DLSS frame gen addition into the game. Really huge to have that in a smaller title. Really glad about that. Okay, I hope it's still optimized, right? You shouldn't take it as an excuse for optimization, but yeah, and I'm not sure if the game actually has HDR. We can only try that by enabling it in Windows. I'm going to do that off stream though. But I don't think it has, to be honest. And if it has, it should have an option that's grayed out, so you know it has. I mean, it did have a brightness option, right? Yeah, brightness, but no HDR here. All right, I didn't check. Okay, it is exclusive full screen, right? Okay, very nice. Here, aim. Yeah, I'm just autistic. Okay. Aim, fire. Man, gunplay feels so good in this game. All right, and you might see some stuttering, and that's because the game uses, I think, the Unreal Engine? I think it uses the Unreal Engine, and it has no shader compilation step. So, pre-shader compilation. So what it does is compiles the shader in real time. I'm going to defend the game here because it is a roguelite. You're going to see a lot of the things multiple times. Unfortunately, there will be slight stuttering when you see them the first time. So every stuttering you see now might be shader compilation stuttering. Yeah. You can switch between the weapons. We don't have any. If you have to, we can reload the weapon. Ammunition plays a big role in the game, but as you can see here, the game is a more casual game than Helldivers, and it actually reloads individual shots, even though we replaced the entire clip. Yeah, I think clip is what goes into the magazine, right? Because I know some people are really up about the difference, right? The one thing is where you put the clip in, right? The magazine. So clip into magazine into, and that's part of gun or whatever. But it's not important. It's just like a lot of people get annoyed when you do it wrong. And since I'm not really a weapons expert, I mean, actually the stupidest thing ever is that beyond video game knowledge, the only real life weapon knowledge that I have. I can shoot, I already shot right with military weapons a little bit. I did shoot a tank and stuff like that with my father on the training stuff from the military, right? So I already did some real gun. I can use real guns basically and also reload them, but I don't know many details. But I do know quite a few details about katanas. So because I did kendo, right? So I had to also know shit about them, I guess. Switch to demonic weapons. Yeah, basically the only weapon I know shit about is a katana, and otherwise I have no fucking idea about the details. I mean, I do know how they work. Switch to demonic weapon. If you have it. We don't have it. Okay, so the cool thing is in the game, you can already see it, right? The game has ADS, and it also has hipfire, like you can see here, hipfire, right? So that's really cool. And what really sets the game apart, in my opinion, is that they really nailed the feel of the game. So the game feels like you do have, it's not like Overwatch where you don't have any momentum, right? But it's also not like a super slow, sluggish game. It feels very reactive, but still physically sound, right? So playing the game feels really good. I really have to emphasize this because usually when you watch someone play, you can't really tell how it feels. It feels really damn good. It's among the best FPS I've played when it comes to raw gunplay. And that really makes it fun. It's really fun to just shoot something. And that's the most important thing. If you can't get that right, don't do an FPS, man. Really, it's so important to get the gunplay right. And yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, and if you play Painkiller, you might know that they have some fun ideas for guns. But I was like worried because it had ADS, and I was, oh my god, the game has ADS. And I was hoping for like a casual Witchfire experience, a casual Painkiller experience, right, with Uma shooter controls. But no, this one is really good. Okay, yeah, that's basically the tutorial. Yeah, there's also melee, which the game probably is going to explain to us at some point. Yeah, killing enemies increases your maximum stamina. I mean, this one probably doesn't, but... With enough kills, you will enter focus state for a brief moment of dashing while looking at an enemy. You will see their soul sigil. Shooting it before it disappears will always stun the enemy. Any damage taken will reset the bonus stamina and put you out of focus. Look at the enemy and maximize stamina and show a soul sigil. Right. So now if we dash, right, you can see a soul sigil here, right? And now we can shoot it here, and it will stun the enemy. And for a while, right? So you can kill him directly, or you can go for the stun. Actually, I don't remember if the stun actually does damage, to be honest. I can't remember. I think it also does damage, like 38. But it doesn't do as much damage, so it might not always be a good strategy. But some enemies have shields, and you just basically need to stun them like this. And then you can go and... just fuck them up or whatever. Sorry. Yeah. So this is a really important mechanic for advanced gameplay, basically. Which you might not find out by yourself. So the tutorial is actually kind of recommended. Also, the game, obviously, if you know The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, it was one of the first games to use photogrammetry in their environments. So the game has really nice... a geometry and like, texture work and stuff like that. I mean, it might not be the highest resolution texture you'll ever see in your life, but it definitely has a very nice feel, visual quality to the environment and stuff like that. So it's a very, in my opinion, pretty game. It does feel like it's, it's pretty. It's not a bad looking game, especially for a smaller indie title. Every mistake you make, such as getting hurt or by trigger trap, increases the calamity bar. When it's full, the witch believes your confidence is at its lowest and she will cast a calamity, her most powerful curse. Then you can try to find and destroy the catalyst, a giant witchfire vortex that powers the calamity, or fight the calamity directly. Yeah, where is the bar? I'm serious. I don't know where the calamity bar is. I'm pretty sure we're gonna see it. might also be a hidden bar, I have no idea. Right, that's melee, and you can already see this is kind of cool, right? And the melee has a dash here. You can do it from actually really far away. What the fuck? Yeah, it has a very good range. This is actually a good gap closer, so you can combine it with shooting the enemy. That's kind of nice. Yeah, you have a spell. Your spells use both stamina and Witchfire in your blood. You can restore your abilities to cast a given spell by damaging, killing enemies, and assimilating their Witchfire or by finding volatile Witchfire in the world. So basically you don't have infinite spells. Since we don't have a spell, this is really unfortunate. Spells are really cool, and they're one of the strongest things in the game. Spells are really, really fun to use too. You'll see that, right? I'm just talking about it and going very slowly now. But later on we're gonna have a high octane killing spree probably. It's so fun, it's so fun. I'm looking forward to it. First person not playing the game but talking about it. Okay. And finally, when your health is depleted, you die. Heal your wounds by inhaling and healing elixirs. You can manufacture elixirs in nearby apothecary. For the Angelica, from the Angelica plant you can find during expeditions. Sorry, I'm so scuffed today. Inhale elixir. We don't have an elixir. Yeah, we're playing the fucking deprived shit class, right? So this is the basics, right? And now, since it's a roguelite, like, it looks so fucking pretty. Holy shit. Yeah, that's what I meant, right? This game definitely is a looker, right? It's not even like it's not an ugly game, it's actually a pretty game. I really like the visuals. Like, this game definitely is visually very, very pretty. I mean, yes, I'm playing it on a really pretty screen on a really good PC. So this is basically as good as it will probably look for the foreseeable future, but it looks really good, right? I really, really like how it looks. I don't know if the game has HDR. We're gonna find out off stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna let you know. I think HDR would look really good in this game, to be honest, since it has a really realistic but still stylized style. So it does have a lot of cool accents, right? This doesn't look like realistic lighting, but it does look nice and it pops really cool. Yeah, so this is basically your home base where you're gonna upgrade your character. We currently can't do anything here, so it's basically empty. The performance is really promising, man. This feels smooth as fuck, man. This feels really good. Like, really good. I don't know how much FPS we're getting. Can I use the game bar in the game? We can. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. It doesn't help, unfortunately. Yeah, so we're getting 113 FPS. Which is, okay, that's kind of meaningless. I'm sorry, we're gonna have to turn off frame generation for a moment, because it just shows me what frame generation actually does here. Yeah, so we're gonna turn off frame generation. I don't know if he actually applied it. I really like the game bar FPS counter. It's really cool that it just works like that. Wait, right here. Yeah, let's find out how much. This is the performance without frame gen, and it feels like really good. Holy shit! It does. It feels like the lowest input lag I've ever seen in any game. This feels like it doesn't have input lag. I can't explain it. It feels instant. What the fuck? It's crazy how it doesn't have any input. What? Okay, I don't know what the FPS is. What are the FPS, right? Yeah, it's running with that's impressive, man. It's actually running at over 200 FPS. Yeah, they really did a fantastic job with optimization in this area. I hope it's still like that when we get into the game world. I'm just gonna leave the overlay open until that. It's so cool, you can just pin it. I don't know if you can see it, probably not, right? Okay, I don't know, can you see it? Probably not, because it's an overlay, right? No, you can't see it, unfortunately. But I can see the FPS in real time now. Yeah, that's maybe the downside, that you can't see it. And it's really cool, I can even track it, right? So we don't even need frame gen. Is something I just noticed. Yeah, we don't need frame gen, or we could use frame gen at a higher resolution. Actually, 1080p looks so good. Jesus Christ. Like, I'm amazed at how good 1080p looks. Yeah, this is really good. I don't see a reason why we should go. I mean, we can test it out, right? How good will it run in native 4K? Let's just go for yeah, let's just go for off, right? So this should be a native 4K. Okay, at a native 4K, which looks actually in this setting here, I can't tell a difference, to be honest. Yeah, it doesn't look any different, right? It's really crazy. It runs with 110 FPS here. Like, this is 110 FPS on average, which is really good, right? For 4K native. That's quite good. Yeah, so we could also go for quality, I guess. Just try it out. What does quality give us? Yeah, so quality actually gives us still easily 180 FPS. So basically with frame gen, we could play the game easily at 4K. Which I'm not going to do, by the way, because I don't think it's actually necessary. Now we could also check balance. What does balance do? Balance runs at a solid 200 FPS. Even 215 here at times. Yeah, it seems really well optimized. I'm not gonna lie, this is really cool. I'm still gonna play it on performance. And the reason is because we might be able to just skip frame generation completely. Like, DLSS is fucking amazing, man. I know I sound like a fucking fanboy, but holy shit. DLSS is the shit, man. If you have a native 4K display right in front of you, a big one, and you can't tell the fucking difference between 1080p and 4K. I mean, you could in details, obviously. But just the overall sharpness impression is insanely good. Okay, before I talk too much, this is basically where you can level. We don't have any Witchfire here, so we can't level at all. And this is where you can, I don't know what this is, that's new. This is where you can change your weapons, right? Here, you have your gear. Currently, we only have a weapon and nothing else, right? Just a gun. And here, there's the mirror. It requires level 7. I can't actually remember what it is. So the average FPS here, I mean, I do have reflex enabled, right? I'm just making sure that reflex is on. Yeah. I'm kind of curious, why do we brick it? It shouldn't be at a 230 FPS if reflex is on, to be honest. Reflex doesn't seem to be on at the moment. Yeah, it should be a... I don't know if I just broke reflex basically here. Yeah, that's not what the game should actually do here. Just turning that one on, because that should turn... that forces reflex, right? Did I break something? This feels like the most laggy shit ever. So we did break something, I think, right? This doesn't run like it did before. This runs like something's broken. Yeah, so something's not right here. I think reflex is not on right now. Yeah, now that's normal again. But I do think reflex is not on, so I'm gonna have to restart the game quickly here. Yeah, reflex is not working, so I'm just gonna go and quickly quit out and go back in. And the good news is we're almost done testing stuff, right? I'm just curious about these things because it's early access, right? And I want to know where the game's going, because last time I said it's a fantastic, fun game with a lot of promise, and I still would recommend it if your PC is good enough. And I'm just curious if that recommendation is going to change to you can buy it right away because it runs fine. That would be my biggest, the biggest game changer for me for the game, that you can actually play it on like lower end PCs too. And so far, so far it's looking good. And what is our FPS limit here? Wait, why can't he get the why doesn't he have the FPS now? Oh, launch game bar into new game. Wait, I do need to launch game bar over a new game to get FPS info. That's what I'm doing, right? Ja, ist ja cool. Aber schauen wir mal von. Aha. Ja. Nee, klar. Aber schau mal, das Spiel ist super schön. Du hast so Nebel und guck die Teile. Guck mal, wie es aussieht, siehst du es? Mit den Effekten und so. Und das hier, das ist 1080p. Das ist dieses ultra scharfe Bild hier. Das ist 1080p und das Spiel läuft auch in 4K richtig gut. Aber ich sehe den Unterschied zwischen 4K und 1080p jetzt gerade hier im Spiel ist in Echtzeit nicht. Also alles, was du hier siehst, quasi ist 1080p. Ja genau, die Auflösung ist halt Full HD anstatt 4K. Und du merkst halt, guck mal, du kannst die Kanten anschauen hier, das sind die Kanten. Das sind keine Kanten, Alter. Look at these edges, there are no edges, right? No aliasing, right? I mean, there are edges, but there's no aliasing. Seriously, what the? Okay. Mhm. Nee, ich weiß es auch nicht, ja. Aber ist doch gut, wenn es. Nee, ist doch gut, wenn ihr das einfach noch macht. Das spart euch ja super viel Stress auch. Mhm. Mhm. Ja, nee, klar, ja, klar. Mhm. Sorry guys, I'm almost done. The only thing I really want to know is... I mean, yeah, the weapon does have a little bit of aliasing, you can see, right? There's a bit of aliasing. I'm kind of curious, will that change when we have 4K? Or will it still be... Yeah, that actually gets a little bit better, right? You can tell the temporal resolution on the weapon is slightly better. Yeah, it does make a little difference, right? For the extreme edge cases, but to be honest, I'm really impressed by DLSS here. It works really, really well. Usually, DLSS does make it feel low resolution, right? It doesn't make it very obvious, but it does feel a little bit more low res. But here actually it's crazy sharp, and I have no idea how they did it because the sharpness isn't like overtuned or anything. So yeah, so I mean, how's ultra performance, right? This is like a super low resolution. Yeah, this is so impressive. Like seriously, even ultra performance is like, holy shit, like look at that, this is like ultra performance, man. I mean, yeah, 4K ultra performance, what is that, 720p? I actually don't know. Is it 20? I'm going to look it up. Ultra performance is 720p, so it's super low resolution. I mean, it's not super low, right? It's Nintendo Switch resolution, right? Basically, this is the Nintendo Switch resolution. I'm sorry, like what the fuck, right? That it's so good. Like imagine the Nintendo Switch would look like this, right? Just imagine Nintendo Switch would have this level of anti-aliasing on its screen, man. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 obviously is going to use some sort of DLSS because it's going to be an NVIDIA chip as far as I know. So yeah, get ready for like amazing graphics, man, on the mobile device. Like imagine this would be what Tears of the Kingdom had as anti-aliasing. Like holy shit. Yeah, seriously, I'm so impressed, but I still can't get the game bar. How do I restart the game bar? Do I have to go and kind of close it manually, or game bar, gaming services. Stop moving around. Can you stop moving around? Game bar and task. Schau mal, Janine. Das da ist die Auflösung von der Nintendo Switch. Das ist die gleiche Auflösung, die Nintendo Switch hat. Like, actually insane. Like, seriously, like, this is the Nintendo Switch resolution here. Holy shit. In docked mode, right? It's not even 1080p. Like, this is so good. I'm really impressed, man. It's been a while since I've been so impressed with actually DLSS in a video game. I mean, you get used to it, right? But this is actually mega impressive. Yeah, really good. Really good. Yeah. Obviously, I'm gonna play the game now, Copium. Yeah, we're gonna stay in performance. I think 1080p actually looks mighty fine and runs really well. Okay, now we have the FPS. And yeah, and you should be careful disabling frame generation breaks reflex in this game for whatever reason. And you can easily tell that, right? When you have reflex enabled. Wait, no, did it actually, no, it's still broken, or reflex just doesn't work in the game? Yeah, reflex shouldn't be limiting the game to yeah, or the FPS counter doesn't work. Actually, reflex might work, or I actually don't know. It doesn't seem to work when you look at the FPS counter. It should always cap below your maximum refresh rate, and for 2040 Hz it's like 226 FPS. It doesn't do that, so maybe reflex is broken, I don't know. I mean, but the input lag is like, I mean, I do think it works, right? The input lag is super low, but holy. Gonna go here and turn it off. Yeah, right, just for fun we could turn it off. What does it look like? Native 4K. And yeah, I must say the game in general does a really good job with, I mean, at 4K obviously, but it does a good job at the anti-aliasing in the game is good, right? The TAA does work pretty well. Yeah, it's really interesting to actually see. Yeah, really nice, really nice. I mean, native 4K gets us 116 FPS, but a lot of options here, man. You can go easily if you want to get 120 FPS. You can turn on frame gen easily and get 240. Get a little bit more input lag, but it doesn't matter. Usually at those FPS numbers. I'm blind. Oh, right here. All right, we can look at XCSS, right? What does XCSS look in ultra quality? That's so interesting, actually. And I didn't use XCSS so far, so it's new to me. I mean, it doesn't feel as good because the performance is a bit lower at the moment. We're in ultra quality, I guess. Let's see, what does performance do? I mean, it gets us, first of all, this is like less FPS, obviously. And I do feel it is slightly less sharp. But it's still pretty good. Yeah, XeSS definitely not terrible, but I mean, usually it's about the, you know, edge cases. FSR2, FSR1. Wait, they don't have SSR3. I mean, should we frame then? Let's look at FSR2 and with quality. It looks kind of muddy, to be honest. Yeah, that does not look good. What the fuck? What the fuck? This looks terrible. It looks super unsharp. Like, it looks really low res. It looks like there's almost a... Can you see that? It looks like there's almost some sort of blurriness here. It looks like almost there's... I don't know, it just doesn't look good. What the fuck? FSR is shit, man. Holy... I don't know if the resolution here is actually lower, but the FPS isn't, right? The FPS is lower than with DLSS. That's quality? What's... Wait, really? And what's performance? Oh my god, this is really bad. I didn't use FSR for quite a while. This might be an older implementation. This does not look good. I mean, I don't know if you can see it on stream, but this looks here, this looks super low res. Holy shit. But it does run well, I give them that, right? This does run pretty well. Yeah, but how's ultra performance? This would be Nintendo Switch, I think. They're comparable. I think they mirrored the resolutions of Nvidia. This looks complete dog shit. Yeah, this looks actually ass. Yeah, I want to know the FSR2 resolutions, to be honest. FSR2 resolution table. Okay, so performance is... Huh? All right. At 4K, performance is 1080p and Ultra Pro 720p. Wow, I didn't know it. I didn't know that, man. I thought FSR caught up, but I mean, look at this, right? What the fuck is this shit? Jesus Christ, FSR is dog shit, man. I really feel for the people that don't... honestly, use XeSS, right? XeSS is also... Wait, they have so many different versions. I think this one is from the Unreal Engine. There's so many. That's so cool. I really like that, man. This game is a game Digital Foundry should look at because it's really interesting because you have so many upscales. I know other games also have that, some of them. Let's look at XeSS again. I mean, it runs worse, but look at this. Like, this is the... I mean, it runs worse, so it's not a fair comparison. But XeSS definitely way better. And let's look at the direct comparison here, DLSS, right? The version. It's night and day. Actually, like, holy shit, I really feel for you if you bought AMD and you're not using XeSS, because it's not supported in many games so far, unfortunately, but AMD did a terrible job with FSR2. Like, holy shit, in this game it's terrible. I don't know if in general I thought it was pretty close, to be honest, but this is like, literally, look at the fucking here, look at these, right? And look here. This looks relatively normal, right? This is 720p, Switch resolution, docked mode, not docked mode, undocked mode. We get a stable 230 FPS. Unfortunately, kept them, can't tell the exact numbers. But if you go and put on FSR2, Oh my god, I'm so curious to see FSR1. And you go into ultra performance mode here. Just look at this blurry mess, right? I mean, when you zoom in, obviously it gets a bit better, but it looks so low res. Like, it's really, really bad. Like, look at this aliasing here. Can you see it? Can you see the staircase right here? Here, how it's... Oh my god, this is so bad. Oh my god. I don't want to hate on them, right? But let's see what FSR1 can do. You know what? I like FSR1 more, and that's pathetic because FSR1 is just a simple algorithm that doesn't do any AI upscaling. So this is basically a stupid man-made primitive algorithm that is actually pretty good for what it is, right? And it's better than their AI implementation. Like, I'm it's crazy how bad FSR2 in this game is. It might just be this game, honestly. I've never seen a direct comparison like this, but I mean, you know, where I actually could tell because of the bitrate exactly how it looks because I didn't do it myself. Yeah, let's go with ultra quality again here. Yeah, that's ultra performance. Like, look at this, right? This looks like a high-res image. The aliasing is so good, right? Like, look at this. Like, it's night and day. Holy shit, that's really, really weird. Wait, why are we at 110 FPS though? Wait, maybe it's the wrong resolution? No? Did we break it? I think we might have broken it. Actually, I don't think this actually might work. I think we broke DLSS right now. So don't take this image as a comparison, to be honest. Yeah, I think we broke the LSS. You know what happens, right? I think we broke the game. I think it doesn't work anymore. Yeah, I think we kind of... No, never mind. This actually works. Turning on the LSS doesn't work anymore. I mean, it's not meant to be toggled 100 times per second, but it's kind of weird that it actually breaks right here. Yeah, this for sure is not the performance mode. Yeah, it for sure is not the right mode. Yeah, it doesn't seem to do anything anymore, unfortunately. But before it did, right, we tested it and it was definitely in the right mode. Now it doesn't do anything, so we have to restart the game. But anyway, yeah, interesting. So the LSS, definitely by far the best upscaler in this game so far. When we don't break it. I do wonder if turning a... We need to restart the game bar every single time we go into the game. I don't know. But let's get gaming, man. I'm sorry for the long introduction. I do like to look into these technical things, though. It's just like very interesting to see the different implementations. And it doesn't happen that often that you get a game where you can actually tell the differences so easily, right? Yeah, now it works again, right? This is the amount of FPS I would expect from the game. Double checking, is it fine? DLSS on performance, everything else on max. So I don't think we're gonna need anything else here. Obviously we can test it once we're on the island. Yeah, but performance definitely looking clean right here. Okay. I have no idea what this way here is, by the way. I mean, it looks really cool. And it requires 5,000 volatile Witchfire. Oh my god, that's a fuck ton, I think. I can't remember how much exactly you get in the game, but Yeah, so there are different areas you can go into. There were, I think, 2 at the start, and these might still not be added to the game. Yeah, so there are still areas where we can't go to, and I don't know if they added an additional area. I think, no, it's not there, but it has a name. So we do know it exists, but it wasn't added. So there is no new area, which is fine, right? I'd rather have good areas than just rushed areas. And we're going to start an expedition here at the Scarlet Coast. Okay, so we have an objective: kill the Witchfire's familiar or acquire resources and escape back to the Hermitorium. So it is a bit of an extraction looter shooter, if you want to say put it like that, but it doesn't really have loot, right? It just has Witchfire, but it has some extraction shooter vibes. And you risk the Witchfire when you go in, obviously. You can get take healing potions with you. We don't have any. And we don't have any research currently we're working on. Yeah, and the good thing is by yeah, the texture is, I don't know, it didn't load, maybe. No idea. Yeah, no, it loaded. And the good thing is by testing the other upscalers, obviously, I kind of got the confirmation that I actually can still perceive the resolution differences, because, you know, I was initially kind of like, yeah, you know, I'm opening portal. No, I don't want to open a portal. I initially was like, yeah, I can't see the differences anymore, right? I'm like, maybe I'm blind or something, but no, there are differences. And here again, since now we're in the game, I am kind of interested in quality mode, right? No, 1080p I think is balanced, right? Yeah, I think 1080p was balanced. Yeah, I actually don't think it looks significantly better, because looking at this one here, okay, the shadow pops in, right? But I don't think the temporal resolution gets a lot better by upping the rendering resolution. I mean, yeah, going to quality, yeah, these cases like the house here definitely seem a little bit sharper, obviously. The game still runs with 160 FPS on this PC, but that doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with performance right here. And I think using performance, it doesn't work. No, I'm serious. Do we just brick it? Because it actually doesn't really change anything about the FPS right now. I mean, quality is not that much lower FPS, to be honest. Interesting. It might also have a CPU bottleneck, no idea. Yeah, but we're gonna play basically at 1080p now. I think that's the... I mean, it does... I don't think it actually... Maybe the FPS counter... Okay, now it goes back. Oh, okay, now it's going back up. Okay. No, the FPS is way higher. Okay. Gonna turn off the FPS counter, or am I gonna leave it on? Just to get a little bit of a feel for the performance. But definitely it runs way better than it did back in the day. Wait, what? I'm bringing what out? Portal moving closer, blah blah blah. I'm kind of interested in the performance though. Oh, hi. Yeah, right. The game's kind of difficult at the start. I don't know if it has difficulty levels when you start the game. So, I don't remember. Does the game have difficulty levels? I don't think so. But it was kind of difficult to get into at the start. Okay, in combat it does run significantly worse. Like, significantly worse. We're like at 126 FPS at 1080p. I'm kind of not sure the resolution change works. So I do want to restart. It's really, really hard to... Oh, right. Okay, so you can't just quit out, which doesn't matter since we don't have anything here. But this runs really badly. These enemies are tanking the FPS like crazy. Yeah, okay, so I will have to restart the game quickly just to be sure we're at the right resolution. I don't want to misrepresent the performance here. And right, you do get roguelite progression here. Unknown. Oh, I can't unveil it. Yeah, okay. But this area here runs at way less FPS than the other areas, right? I mean, it does make sense, right? There's more going on visually here. Yeah, this is at 100 and... So weird, now it's at 180. It's super inconsistent, to be honest. It might be shader compilation going on in the background. Yeah, this is ammo, which is really important. No, it does, weirdly enough, drop to 140 FPS right here. And as soon as you stand still, the FPS go higher. Maybe I should just put on the... Yeah, like this. We can actually tell. Yeah, it does really run quite not that great. It's maximum settings, right? I don't know what it runs like in the lower settings, but it is quite demanding at these settings here. Yeah, I'm still gonna restart to make sure it has the correct resolution. Oh wait, the performance, the portal isn't there anymore. I mean, we have 1,000 Witchfire. I kind of wanna extract the Witchfire, to be honest. Time left, none. There should be a portal that we can use. We can use this portal. I'm just gonna go there and run along here. And we can get an impression of how the performance is. Of course, you can see the FPS counter. The average FPS at the moment is 183. Which is fine, right? But it's still 1080p, so... It does give a little bit of... It's slightly worrying, right? And we're not in combat either. And I do think in combat the game runs significantly worse. Yeah, we do drop into 140 FPS. And obviously we can lower the graphics, right? This is maximum graphics, and I have no idea how the game scales. And it looks really good too, right? It's not like it doesn't feel like it looks bad or anything and runs bad, right? It looks really good, and it seems like it performs okay for what it looks like. But it's just interesting because the hub world was significant. I mean, logically speaking, it makes sense, right? But it was significantly more performant. Yeah, I think they should just remove the holding aspect at all. from the game, so you don't have to hold anything. Okay, but I'm gonna restart quickly to make sure we actually are at the correct resolution. And once we are at the correct resolution, I'm gonna decide whether or not I want to use FrameGen, because actually FrameGen might still be very useful. If we only get 140 FPS, we literally get 90 FPS for free, basically. So, and we would also make it very consistent, because we would always hit the 110 something, 16 FPS or something we would need. Yeah, so FrameGen might actually come in clutch here and make it very consistent. Which is another great thing, right? FrameGen enables very consistent gameplay, because since it's way easier to hit 116 FPS consistent on 240 Hz display than it is to hit with 200, right? Logic is, I mean, that makes sense, right? Also doch dann kein. Wait, it costs 1,200? Whoa, I thought 1,000 was a lot. Never mind, 1,000 is nothing. Wo hast du die Einkaufsliste gemacht? Okay. Also, Bilder, desto besser. Okay, we are back here, and yeah, it does seem to run almost like it did before, so I don't think there is a big difference in... Gute Nacht, ich auch? Yeah, I don't think there is a big difference in performance compared to before. I mean, it does run with almost 200 FPS here. And I'm gonna run back to the other area so we can have a... we can actually compare the values more easily. I mean, it does seem to run better now, to be honest. I don't know what the icon means above their head, to be honest. Yeah, here the game, I mean, it could be shader compilation stuttering, making it drop quite hard, but... yeah, it's at 140 FPS here, so basically that may... yeah, 130, yeah. This is like... Yep, it definitely has a huge variance in FPS, which it makes sense, right? Some visual effects are just a bit more demanding in areas, but it does mean it's very inconsistent. I think we're going to enable frame generation, and we're going to get that stable, juicy FPS. Yeah, let's enable frame gen, and then we can actually play the game. Sorry for the terribly long setup process. Right, I forgot. Enabling frame gen breaks the game. I wonder, can we do something as that? Maybe tab out and tab back in? No, that doesn't help. Yeah, if you enable frame gen mid-game, I mean, you probably can tell what happens. I don't want to use my Witchfire, but at the same time, I would call this might actually be I would call this unplayable. Yeah, that's really interesting. We're gonna have to restart it, unfortunately, for this to be useful, but now we know what we want, right? But I still want to escape, so I'm gonna bear with me. I could turn it off frame gen. It's okay, I'm sorry, I'm really making terrible. I'm making the game look really bad by doing all these technical tests. But honestly, something's wrong with the frame gen implementation if that is actually something that happens. So as much as I'm making the game look bad, it also should fix the option menu. Yeah, this is so scuffed. Yeah, what a great first impression for people who don't know the game. The game is probably really fun, so just bear with me, man. I love setting up games, man. They open so quickly too. Okay, nice. So we can actually restart the game one final time. Yeah, copium and whatever not. Wait, it fixed itself. Oh, wait, really? Well. I wonder why, actually. Oh, wait. Wait, actually, game bar breaks? Game bar breaks the FPS display? Really? Game bar breaks frame gen. I never heard of that one, to be honest. Okay, never mind. It's a game bar's fault. It's not the game's fault. It's kind of interesting. I mean, since we're using frame gen, I know I said no more experimentation, but I mean we did drop to 130 FPS, right? We did drop to 130 FPS, but still I'm kind of interested. Could we go for let's see, what is 1044p quality, right? Quality is native 1044p. Let's try it out, right? Let's try to play at 1044p without frame gen. See what the performance is like. Interesting. So the game bar breaks frame gen, and didn't get any new Witchfire, unfortunately, but we also didn't lose Witchfire. Just gonna give it a moment here. Yeah, so this is basically 1044p. Yeah, I'm just gonna run around and shoot a little bit and stuff like that. Just right, the area that was really bad was the village. I do know the map because it seems to be quite similar to the map before. It went for 130 FPS, 120. 120 is kind of close to actually dropping frames in frame gen. $130. Yeah, but 130 is enough, right? I do wonder if maybe I should research that. I do wonder, I think FrameGen just technically does require half the FPS, but I wonder if FrameGen is smart and just adds a few fake frames if you hit more FPS, right? So is it now less performant than if I would use the performance mode here? Is input lag better now? I actually don't know, right? Yeah, I actually don't know. I mean, it is hard to tell, but it should run way worse with quality enabled. I'm not quite sure if quality is actually better or worse here. I like how the game really has a good visual tell for attacks that come from the side. I mean, you can turn it off if you don't like it, right? I don't know what blue means in this case. Oh, they have ammo maybe? Oh, maybe they do, right? Did I die? I think I died. Right, and there's a soul-like system where you can go back. Yeah, but I actually don't know if FrameGen's input lag would get lower if you get more FPS, so how it works exactly, if it actually adds double the amount of frames, or if it just takes a few frames and doubles them. I'll research that quickly. I mean, the constant seems to be that it does half the FPS, but yeah, I do wonder if it actually makes a tangible difference. I wish there was an area here where you can really fuck the performance. Yeah, it's really difficult to tank the performance here. Wait, FrameGen was on? Really? I mean, it did report. Wait, FrameGen is on and it's not. It didn't break, really? That's kind of weird because last time FrameGen definitely broke. I mean, testing it in-game is way more efficient since we have lower FPS there. Yeah, this is perfect, right? This is like 140 FPS. I want to get it as bad as possible, right? I want to fuck it up. Come on, you can... Come on, make it worse, please. Why is it getting better here? That's like super weird. You'd expect this area here to be way less intense. But this basically is 140 FPS, so it does feel slightly laggy. It's still really good. Yeah, frame gen for sure triggers here. But I actually don't think it does make a huge difference when it comes to input lag. So this feels really, really quick and smooth, right? Really nice. And quality, it feels slightly worse. It still feels good, right? And it's like 140 something. Using performance, it's like 107, 80. I mean, it's significantly more FPS, right? So I do wonder if using frame gen here gonna make it feel... I mean, this feels a little bit laggy here. I do feel this is less laggy. I don't have a good way to measure input lag, obviously, beyond feeling. I mean, it does seem very... It seems to lag more with quality. I mean, this is now, all of this seems like 240 FPS visually. This is way laggier, right? Now this is at 4K. And you can for sure tell that this is laggier, right? Even though technically both of them are 240 FPS. So it does make sense, even when using frame gen, to actually go for a lower resolution, which is kind of weird because I don't actually know how he inserts frame if that's the case. Like, if it's actually a difference between these two, I mean, which it feels like there is, or I don't know actually, is there? I mean, it is really difficult to tell. I mean, this does feel like it's kind of worse. Yeah, this feels way better. Yeah, that's super fast and reactive. Yeah, that's way less reactive. For sure, yeah. That's like super input laggy. That's a bit better. Yeah, but ultra performance is way better. So I think actually frame gen plus performance is the way we're gonna roll here. I think that's actually the best of both worlds. Since we're gonna have a consistent 240 FPS visually and a little bit less consistent performance gameplay wise, I guess. But it's really interesting to see the performance, how different it is. But does he have ammo? That's what I don't know. Oh, there are like a billion enemies. What the fuck? Yeah, we're gonna die a fuck ton here. Can't shoot for whatever reason. We're like running into a billion enemies here. I mean, I am looking more at my FPS counter than at the actual game, but... Yeah, right, weapons have a really strict range limitation, so this weapon doesn't shoot far at all. So this enemy does have ammo, I think. Yeah, you do know it has an ammo drop. So dead. May we rest in peace. In all of our acquired loot. Okay, we're dead. Yeah, I fucked up. Okay, so as far as I can tell, we're gonna be well off using G-Sync plus performance mode, I guess. I mean, it does feel way better actually. The overlay from the Game Pass does seem to add some weird behavior. So as soon as you use it, as soon as you turn it off, the game actually feels way better. So I actually wonder if that's actually, wait, it feels really, really good. So I do wonder if I could actually tell the difference now between the two. I mean, considering this is, right, this is native 4K, so it is for sure lower FPS. Yeah, this seems kind of laggy. Kind of laggy here, yeah. And using... quality, it's still a little bit laggy, but not as much, obviously. I'm just gonna try to quantify it, right? This is like kind of laggy. I should use. I have a reflex analyzer in the fucking display. I should just fucking use that, man. Yeah, this feels like. Yeah, this feels instant. Like there's no fucking lag that I can feel. Obviously, there's lag, right? But can't feel it. Yeah, there's for sure lag in here. So it does seem to do something, and I really want to know what it is, actually. Yeah, this is like really good. Holy shit. This feels really, really nice. Wow, that feels really good. Okay, we're gonna get into the game just in a moment. I'm not gonna play much today, unfortunately. Today's basically the setup day. Tomorrow we're gonna go and really play. Yeah, I actually wonder why exactly it works this way. Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate that NVIDIA doesn't have a write-up that actually explains how FrameGen and G-Sync interact. Here, blur pastor. Really interesting. Just recently I talked about how I think that FrameGen is going to be ultra low motion blur or black frame insertion alternative, and it looks really, really good. And the guy, Chief Blurbuster from Blurbuster, is also kind of hypothesized that. But I still don't know actually how it works. Yeah, interesting. There's not a lot of information out there. Yeah, this is the question I found it. I don't know if the answer is going to be satisfying, but this is exactly my question. Um, yeah, no satisfying answer, but I can for sure tell that in the game, within the game, I do notice a huge difference in performance using native versus DLSS, right? This is like way... Yeah, this feels way more laggy compared to this one. This one feels like super fast and crisp, and the other one doesn't, so I don't know. I mean, does it, though, make a difference between the... It does feel slightly laggy. It's so hard to tell. In this, no, this is like instant. There's no... I mean, I do have the physical lag of my arm, obviously. And this is like super fast. I just... So... Honestly, I can't really tell the difference to... It doesn't feel in... I don't know, it's so hard to tell the difference. And I really, really would like to have the answer to that question, because, you know, it does, it's something that interested me from the get-go. Before, at the start it was bugged and didn't work as it should, and now it works as it should, and I wonder if it actually even makes any makes any difference whether or not I put in quality here or ultra performance. I mean, this feels instant, right? It feels really, really good. It's really unfortunate that I'm so bad at analyzing the input lag. Can I actually use the tool? I'm just gonna look at it, look it up honestly. Gaming Game Plus. I actually don't know how to enable reflex analyzer. Oh, you need to put it right. You need to put it in the monitor port. Right. That makes sense, right? Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Actually, I can't really tell the difference. So here we're at a 160 FPS. Using quality and using ultra performance, we're at 200 something FPS. I mean, it's not a big difference, to be honest. I mean, it is a big difference, but not like night and day. Very interesting, they all have the icon above their head. I do wonder if it's a bit much to have the icon above their head at all times. I mean, you know, no matter what we do here, it feels good, so. And the irony is actually the other lower resolution still looks really good, right? I mean, this is basically 720p, but it does feel very nice. Yeah, this feels very snappy and clean. Yeah, I mean, this has way more input lag. Like, this is 120 FPS. But this is like super laggy, even with frame gen disabled. And just going for quality here. Makes it way better. And just following that assumption, it should also get way better when you're on ultra performance. Yeah, so actually, what I think it actually does is, obviously the graphics card still needs to do frame generation. And when you already have really low input lag, it can actually generate the frames with way less input lag. Than if you have a higher base resolution. So I think actually going for a compromise between the two is kind of smart. The only problem is that this area runs too well, so it's kind of really easy to have high FPS here, so we can't really test it that well. Yeah, I actually wonder what can we do to lower the FPS so it becomes a little bit more noticeable. Yeah, I'm trying to tank the FPS, right? But I do wonder what can we do to fuck the FPS up. I mean, I guess going to the village is a good idea since it had really bad FPS. I mean, enemies are very aggressive in the game. They might already be pushing me. Actually don't know. I'm like really thinking what can I do to lower the FPS in the game? How can I get it? Because as soon as it becomes the difference between 230 and 100, right? It's easy to tell. to tell. No. And the main reason why I think it's kind of difficult to tell in general is because of frame generation, right? Frame generation gives us 120 240 FPS anyway, so it doesn't really matter what we do, right? So it's really hard to tell. Yeah, this is really nice. Yeah, here I can actually tell it doesn't run that well. Yeah, this runs really badly. Perfect. Yeah, now it runs better. Yeah, this seems really good. And going for quality here. Yeah, for sure tanks the FPS quite significantly here. Yeah, this seems laggy. And going for ultra performance for sure feels less laggy. I don't know where we sometimes have this cool melee attack here, but I think we're gonna die. We don't have any heals, kind of issue. $1,800. Yeah, but here, yeah, I mean, oh no, did the calamity start? Or is this just because I'm low HP? I mean, it might be the calamity, to be honest. But I really, really wish we could tank the frame rate more. I mean, I don't wish for that to be a thing, right? In the way that I wanna, you know, the game to run well. It's really interesting when you get close to objects, it does tank the frame rate. This seems super smooth. Yeah, this seems slightly more laggy, so I do think it actually makes quite the difference. Yeah, so that's really interesting. So we have the same FPS here, but input lag definitely seems to change with frame gen depending on the prior input resolution. So so frame gen basically doesn't add as much input lag as I thought it did, which is actually kind of sick, to be honest. Because I was under the assumption that either frame gen I mean, that FrameGen just, you know, uses your base FPS that you get, you know, for example, if you're 240 Hertz and you get 120 FPS, and that you're gonna get 120 FPS worth of input lag. That was my assumption, right? But it turns out you don't. You get the actually almost the same input lag you would get without having it enabled. So it doesn't significantly increase input lag at all. Yeah, this is way worse. Yeah, this is like literally not that great. Yeah, I'm obviously quality already runs way better. Yeah, qualities would be completely fine and playable. But ultra performance just like, oh my god, it's so good. Holy, is it good. Yeah, it's really, really fun to, I mean, fun. Test this out because it finally gives me a bit more insight into input lag and FrameGen from an intuitive perspective, since I never actually saw the exact stats in different scenarios, because usually they just assume an uncapped FPS, uncapped frame rate, but it does seem to be very, very dependent on how it's capped. Here we're getting like 200 FPS, and using ultra performance. Getting over 200 slightly. Not a big difference actually, but it does make a difference, which is interesting. Yeah, I can actually easily tell the difference between 190 and 210 FPS. It's super interesting. I didn't think I could tell it that easily. This is like the worst performing area of the game, so I found so far. I mean, that's not true actually. The second area was way worse. I hope they actually fixed that one. It was really, really bad, the second one. The first one was kind of okay. The second one was like crazy bad. Yeah, this runs actually better. But I'm not going to play it in ultra performance because I think, while it does look really good to be honest, and is entirely playable from a visual perspective, I do think 1080p is like my, you know, sweet spot for performance and visual clarity. It's actually pretty nice. I think we're gonna finish this run by extracting, and then I'm gonna go Dorm and Echo, but where can we leave, right? Or is this the only one we can leave? With because I don't have any FPS left. It's moving closer. I don't know how we're gonna leave here actually. It's kind of weird how good ultra performance feels. It's crazy good. And it's not even a big difference, man. It's such it's just like 190 to 210. I mean, both feel really good, obviously, but I hate that I can tell the difference, man. I really hope I'm one of the only person still alive that can. No, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of them, but I really don't like that I'm able to tell the difference at all. Because that means for me it's even relevant that. I mean, why it's so crazy is because using frame gen visually, there is no difference, right? It's just from an input lag perspective. Why is the weapon so bad? We're so dead. Game's like, you're done here, and I'm like, am I? I think it's new that the enemies drop so much ammo. Wait, we can unveil it. Fast reload is kind of nice. Wish you could close it with spacebar, but you can close it with tab. Honestly, I don't want to fight you guys. Unless there's a HP potion. I really don't want to fight them. Can we not put a marker? We can put a marker. Okay, you can see it on the minimap. Just when I was curious where you can actually see it. We're so low on HP. Shit. Yeah, I hope there are no enemies. Right here. I don't know what happens if we consume that. Where's the enemy? Here it is. Is this the portal? Where is it? Huh? Wait, what? Oh no, it's at the beach. Wait, that's new. I don't know if we take fall damage. I don't intend to find out just yet. But it only takes 20 seconds. The game doesn't seem to feature reduced red when crouching. Right? It doesn't seem to... It's roughly this size here. Yeah, it doesn't seem to increase accuracy. I don't know if it increases sway. It doesn't affect aiming, I think, at all, or almost at all. Wait, what? Yo, that's kind of stupid. I don't know why I had to jump into it, and the interaction range is kind of non-existent. Hey, we made it. And we can also craft... No, we can't craft potions since we have to level. But like I said, I'm gonna go to bed quite soon now. First impression is the game runs way better than it did back in the day. Looks really good, plays really well so far. Didn't do much, unfortunately, since I drifted into testing frame gen instead of and DLSS and XeSS and FSR instead of actually playing the game. I do think it's actually kind of good to get that one first. Yeah, I think actually we're just gonna go and level this one. And now we're level 3, which means we should be able to craft potions. Yeah, now we have a lot of elixirs available. There might be new things, by the way. I didn't quite look at everything here. It's really pretty. But I am intent on researching frame gen just a little bit more. Yeah, the game has an auto recovery system, thank god, because when you shoot right it goes higher and higher. Then it recovers to the original position. Yeah, that's really important because it's... I mean, does it prevent overcompensation? No, it doesn't, right? But you still remember that you pull it down, right? Yeah, that's way better. Really feels good to shoot the gun. I don't know what we need to do. Research here. Wait, this was only 5k. 5k is nothing. Yeah, 5k is not a lot. So I'm kind of curious. Inspect to unveil power. Unveil Mysterium. Reloading against one charged bullet for each critical hit before the reload. Charged bullets to increase damage. Oh, that's really nice since we're mostly doing crits anyway. It has a range of 21 meters, which is kind of super low. You would expect this pistol to have more range. It's kind of realistic when it comes to accuracy, but it's kind of surprising too. So it is a very, very close range weapon. And they wanted to avoid you to long range farm enemies, I guess. But it still is kind of really close. Interesting, the background moves when you move your mouse, but not the UI. Interesting. I don't think we found anything else. And the mirror here I think is for research. It's really important. But we're only going to unlock it with level 7. Mine looks really pretty. Yeah, it is a really, really pretty game. Ooh, yeah, it looks really nice. So what we're going to do basically is we're going to play Witchfire tomorrow and Persona. I might actually start with Witchfire and then transition to Persona. So far, really good first impression of the update. I mean, so far I didn't see too much new content, right? But there seem to be a lot of small changes, like for example the ammunition counter on enemies, new enemy types. Just in general, it does feel good. I didn't play it quite recently, so it's just like I don't have the direct comparison in my brain, but it feels really, really good. And also thinking about it. Yeah, you can also disable quite a bit of UI stuff. And that's really good for a widescreen. Warning system full. Yeah, I don't know if the game has HDR. I'm going to quickly test that one out right now off stream, and I'm also going to look into it. Frame gen, and tomorrow we're just going to focus on playing the game, right? Tomorrow is basically going to be our big let's fucking play the game day. So I see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day, night, whatever. See you tomorrow.